Hey guys, welcome to part 4 of our series, The Heart of God. Today I want to dig a little bit into this book, The Circle Maker by Mark Batterson, pastor in Washington, D.C. I love this line where he says that every day, for the past year, every day he's been praying this one sentence prayer. And it is, Lord, do something unpredictable and uncontrollable. Unpredictable and uncontrollable. And what's so interesting is that those two have to go hand in hand. Usually I think that we would be okay with saying, God, do something unpredictable, surprise me. And usually when we ask God to surprise us, I would say for the most part, we're thinking of something like a birthday party surprise. It's going to be a positive surprise. But he said also uncontrollable. It's got to be something either so big, so either amazing, or so significant or so heavy that we can't contain it, hold it, or even stand underneath the weight of it. Okay, so the gift, it might be a gift, it might be so amazing, you can't even control like this tidal wave of goodness that comes into your life. But there are going to be a lot of times, just like in the story of Joseph, when things happen that are unpredictable and uncontrollable, that don't feel good in the moment, but lead to an amazing place, right? With Joseph, he was sold into slavery, then he was put into prison, and all of that was unpredictable and uncontrollable. He was not in control, right? He was being forced to do different things, or his life was out of control. That's what happens when disease comes into our life. And God, man, we pray protection from disease, but when it does, it is uncontrollable. Right? We can fight against it, but for the most part, God's in control, not us. I've got 2 girls with special needs. We do our best. We do therapy for 1 to 2 hours every day, but for the most part, it's uncontrollable. Only God can truly do something about it. You lose your job and you don't know where you're going to get the next one, right? A relationship goes bad, something like that. Yeah, we can always do our part, but for the most part, these are things happening in our life, right, that are kind of unpredictable and uncontrollable. What we also want to ask God for are things so amazing that they're unpredictable and uncontrollable, like, God bringing something into our lives, whether it's healing, or I've been praying to pay off my mortgage for my house, or I've been praying for my mother-in-law and my brother-in-law to know Jesus, to be saved, to admit that they're sinners and come to a knowledge of salvation in Him. That would be totally unpredictable if it happened, and it's out of my control. I just can't do it. It's got to be God. And here's what I want to challenge us on today, that God is a better orchestrator and planner and strategist of our lives than we are. And if we will allow Him to be in full control, then certainly unpredictable things will happen. Things beyond anything that we could even conceive of, right? When we're in control, we limit ourselves. When He's in control, there is no limit, because He can do anything, right? And He can think of anything to do. But what we have to be willing to do is go along for the ride. We have to trust the heart of God. We have to know that the heart of God is for us, even though we might go through a Joseph-type situation of the process, being sold into slavery and put in jail and all these things, in order to eventually become number 2 in all of Egypt. Right? So the thing I want to challenge us on today is I want to say, will we pray this every day? Will we say, God, do something unpredictable and uncontrollable in my life? And what I'm really saying is, God, be in control of my life, and I don't want any control. And I am willing to let go of having to know what's going to happen, of having to be secure in my own finances, in my own ability, in my own position, in my career, in my own relationships, in my own ability to control it. I'm willing to let go of that and no longer have a predictable life and no longer have control of my life, so that I can experience the plan that you have for my life. And this relates, just in wrapping up, to the heart of God, because I believe the heart of God is so much bigger and better and more positive for us than our heart could ever be for ourselves. And so if we will allow Him to be in full control, then He will take us on a journey both into His heart, and His heart will actually become the vehicle to explore and experience the most amazing things in life that we could never even imagine or conjure up. And that's what I challenge us to do, to pray to God for an unpredictable and uncontrollable life. All right, we'll talk again in part 5. Thanks.